Hey, you're on.
Hi everyone, Sarah from the Paper Cut. We are on day two of our we're on day two of our virtual warehouse sale week. I forgot what I was doing. It's Tuesday. So at first we need to make sure we have sound and video. I have video because I can see me. Oh, and we have sound. Okay, and the next thing I'm doing is I am posting from last night. People asked me, and tonight tonight we are doing Impression Obsession cards. So people from last night were asking me if Impression Obsession was going to have a sale code. So they don't have a sale code. There's no code needed, but there is a link. There's a special link that I'm going to post in the comments for Impression Obsession. You just need to make sure to shop from that link and you'll receive 25% off regular priced clear sets and regular priced dies. So if they're already discounted, you won't receive another discount, but if you shop from the link, they have that set up special for us, for our sale. You'll receive 25% off. So I'm posting that right now in the comments. I'm doing it right now. Okay, so I just did it. And again, that's for Impression Obsession because tonight we're featuring their dies in our Creamy Dreamy class, and then we used some of their dies last night too. So, anyways.
Where did you post that, Sarah?
I just posted it in the comments.
Oh, in Facebook, right?
On Facebook,
okay.
Yeah. So anyways,
I see it. Okay.
For the paper cut, we're just going to review. So the sale is all week long. The code on our website is TPC25, and that gets entered on the checkout page. So when you go to checkout, it'll give you your subtotal down in the bottom, down in the bottom left-hand corner. You'll enter the discount code, and then right below that is the shipping drop-down. Now, last night it was most people's first order. Tonight it will probably be your second order. So you're going to click on this little shipping drop down and scroll down. There is one that says add on to virtual order. And this is your second, third, fourth, or fifth, or sixth, or seventh, or eighth order, or whatever it is. So you can click that for shipping. If this is your first order, because you're first ordering tonight, then you're just going to get the regular shipping. You don't need to drop down. It's just going to calculate your shipping. But if this is your add-on, because like I said last night, we save all of your orders, we marry them all together along with comments sold, and then we ship them out together. You don't need to let us know. I mean, you can let us know I placed 3 orders, and can you combine them? But we're already doing that. My mom has an alphabet sorter, and she started that today, putting them in there, checking them all, checking them once, checking them twice.
Making sure who's
naughty or
nobody's
nice.
naughty.
Nobody's naughty, no. So yeah, we save all the orders. Now, if you placed an order today or yesterday, and you're like, this is the only order I'm placing, I'm good, you can email me and we'll ship your order right away. We can get some of those, onesie orders out of the way. So if you've placed an order and you want it to ship right away, go ahead and email info or Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, at thepapercut.com, and we'll pluck your order out. We'll ship it out the door right away. Well, maybe not right away, but like within a day. Otherwise, we're going to hold them all. We're going to marry them all. And my mom's got all of her little paper clips ready to go to hook the ones tonight to the ones from last night. So we are ready and raring. Let's see, how do you find out what the flash sale items are? Carol said that. Carol, I am going to show the flash sale items in just a little bit. However, if you don't want to wait, or if you don't have time to go onto Facebook some night, you can just go to our regular website. Down the left-hand side, like the 5th one down, says sale. Click on that. There will be a big box that says flash sale. Click on that and that will show you the daily flash sale items. I'll post a link on Facebook right after this too, right after class, so about 8 o'clock, just to remind you in case you forgot. And those are the daily flash sale items that are good until 9 o'clock. So about 9 o'clock, or shortly after, depending on what I have going on, then I will inactivate all those items. So you want to check out, check out each night. Otherwise, you might lose your flash sale items, or they'll run out, or they'll disappear out of your cart. So hang on, I'm really
You're
parched
thirsty
today.
then.
Yeah. So too much talking, I think. Some of you are probably saying, get to class or get to the flash sale items. So if there's any questions, let us know. I think that covers just about everything on pay each night, multiple orders, flash sale from 6 to 9. Comments sold is going to be on Saturday. We'll do a practice run for comments sold at 5:30 on Friday, where you can buy stuff, but I'm only going to show a few things. So people that have never been on comments sold, or if you just want to make sure your comments sold is working, you can get with us at 5:30 on Friday night, and we'll do a separate small short comments sold sale. I think that's about it.
That link for that I put up for YouTube doesn't seem to be working so nicely, so I'm going to play around with it.
Okay, so if you're ever having trouble on Facebook, my mom usually posts a link to YouTube. So she said it's not working very nicely right now, but she's going to
I'm experimenting.
redo that. So let's get to flash sale. So tonight, the theme for flash sale is die cut cards. Not that these are discontinued. Some of them may be, but we also have overstock. So they're all like priced. So there's this regular price, then there's the sale price, then you enter the 25% off to get 25% off the sale price. That brings it down to 50% or less of what the regular retail price was. Let's get to that. And I have some samples to show too. So the first item is our easel card bases, and I'm going to show you that. These are normally $5.50, so it's 10 cards, 10 envelopes, $5.50 on sale for $3.80. With the 25% off, it brings it down to $2.85. We are actually doing a easel card in cards. So that's the easel card. So it's a card, and then this piece pops up and stands up. So I don't know if I'm not doing it too low. So that's the easel card base. Those are on sale. Regular price $5.50, sale price $3.80. Brings them down to $2.85 with your discount code. You can pick white, black, or cream. So next one, I'm just going to set these right over here by me. I'm going to have a little bit of cleanup to do after I'm done. Next is our inner stair step cards. So our inner stair step cards. This is the outer stair step card. The ones that are on sale are the inner. And I couldn't find a sample of one. So the steps go up the inside rather than the outside. So we have the earth variety or the pastel variety. So the stair step cards normally $7.60, on sale for $5. Discount code brings them down to $3.75. Then we have the flip flop cards. So this one you do need to click on it to pick either white or grocer craft. And I have a sample of that one too. So the flip flop cards. So I haven't done too much with these, but it flips around. So you have that, and then it flips around. So that's the flip flop card. Those are, flip flop cards. They're normally $11, with the sale price is $7, and then with the discount code it brings them down to $5.25. So that's the flip flop card. You need to select either white or grocer craft. Then we have reverse explosion cards, either the monochromatic variety or the banana split variety. Reverse explosion is this card. I did one of these fairly recently, but that's the reverse explosion card, all pre-cut and scored. Those are normally $9, on sale for $4.50, and with the discount code it brings them down to $3.37. So that's the reverse explosion card. Then we have, now this one is one of Mitra's favorites, so I figured Impression Obsession loves these cards, so we would throw some of those in there just because. And these are the These are the vertical center step cards. Now this one was actually a make and take card, and Mitra designed it. I used it in my make and take, but if you spend $25 on flash sale items tonight, you're going to receive a make and take kit for this card. So you have to do the stenciling, but everything is, pre-cut. The words are pre-done, pre-die cut. So anyways, you have either the festive variety of the A2 vertical center step cards, the white, which we normally don't do that, so this is like a one-time thing, or just the basic variety. And those are normally, those are $10.50, marked down to $7, and then with your discount code it brings them down to $5.25. Again, my mouth is super dry. Sorry about that. So the A2 vertical center step cards. The next one is another center step card, and this is one I just wanted to do just to show you the difference. So it's the front stair step card, which is exactly the same except it folds into a square. This one is only the monochromatic variety. This one is it's normally $12, marked down to $7, and then with the discount code it's $5.25. I want to show you the difference between these two. So, because some people mix these up when they're ordering, this is the A2, this is the front, so this is the A2 vertical center step, this is the front stair step card. The fold is exactly the same on both of these, except one folds into an A2 and one folds into a square. And the difference is that this middle part is wider. The height is exactly the same, just the middle part is wider. So you have the A2 on special and flash sale and front stair step on special and flash sale. Then we have some Z fold cards. Now, another thing, Mitra is doing one of these Z fold cards in her crafters classroom coming up in October. She is doing the scallop oval with word bar Z fold card. So the 4 Z fold cards, and this is an all color variety, these are $12.10, marked down to $7, and then with your discount it brings it down to $5.25. So it's a 24 count all color variety. Scallop oval with word bar, which Mitra is using in October. And then we have our triple scallop square, our oval, and our scallop circle. Now, if you're not sure what a Z fold card is, this is the Z fold card. This one just happens to be the scallop oval. So those 4 packages are the 24 count variety, all 2 each of 12 colors, normally $12.10, marked down to $7. With the code, it brings it down to $5.25. So that's the flash sale items I have for tonight. I'm just going to pick these up off of my demo table. And then we're going to get started with class. Are there any questions out there?
No,
Okay.
somebody was asking about discount codes. She'd missed it, but I posted the answer.
Okay.
So.
The paper cut discount code is TPC25. For Impression Obsession, you don't need a code. You just have to click on the link that I posted. And it's only off of regular priced clear sets and regular priced dies. And we're featuring Impression Obsession tonight.
Kathleen Ressler Moore, first order tonight. You need to use.
Oh, if it's your first order tonight, then you're just doing the regular shipping. So it's the one that'll come up on the first line. If it's your second order, then you click on the drop down and you find the add-on virtual. It all works out in the end, because especially some of you that order daily. If you owe for shipping, I'll contact you. If you paid too much for shipping, I'll contact you. If you paid by credit card, it does a pre-authorization and I can easily adjust that amount. If you paid by PayPal, sometimes I'll contact you and I'll either refund your shipping or I'll ask you, do you want a sub product for the shipping? Now, if you didn't pay enough for shipping, then I'll send you a PayPal funds request for shipping. So if it's within a few dollars, we just call it even. If it's more or less, then we make it fair on both ends. So
Don't forget that.
Oh, last night, okay, so if you place a $25 order of flash sale items. And I have plenty of items in flash sale. So you should be able to hit that $25 like no problem.
That's before discount.
Before discount, yeah.
Right.
You'll get this. You'll get the little make and take kit that I showed. But you're also going to get entered into a drawing for the cookbook. And this is the family cookbook. It's the Hot Off the Ice. In this one, and there's only like 4 copies left. We're trying to find a 5th one so we can do it Monday through Friday. But in the cookbook is the pepperoni bread recipe, and it's some of the other family recipes, along with a lot of other ones, but the family recipes that we use at holidays and stuff. So, and my brothers got mad at me for posting them in the cookbook. Oops.
They don't own it anyway, it's mine.
Yeah. So, anyways, the winner of last night's cookbook was Nancy Schutz, Schuetz. She won the cookbook. Now we'll send it with your order. We're not going to send it out separate. Now last year, one more thing, and then we'll go on to class. Last year, we did a special. My mom
Opened her fat.
she was talking about her stash. So everybody that ordered 5 of the 6 nights or events, so we have 5 flash sales plus we have comments sold. If you ordered 5 out of those 6 events, not just regular orders, you have to order a flash sale or comments sold, so 5 out of the 6, then she sent you something from Sue's Christmas stash. So she destashed a lot last year because you guys all wanted something from Sue's stash. So this year she doesn't have enough for everybody, so we are going to put those people into a drawing, and we'll draw however much stuff she comes up with from Sue's Christmas stash for the people that ordered 5 out of the 6. We'll get something. We just don't know how many that is because she's still destashing.
Yeah,
you never know. She brought up more stuff today and said, oh, how about this? How about this? So yes, we'll see. But yeah, cookbooks each night. And then we'll see at the end how many drawings we do for that.
So that Christmas stash, folks, that came from our bed and breakfast. We had a bed and breakfast for 12 years. I have more stuff. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, she had a lot of stuff. Anyways, if there's no questions, let's get down to the table while I'm cleaning up my flash sale
You want me to
items.
get up down to the table?
Yep, you can go down to the table.
Overhead.
I will be right there.
All right.
We are doing and I am parched tonight.
What did we have that was so salty today?
I don't know.
Shouldn't have been the apple pie.
Yeah, no. Okay, so tonight we are doing Creamy Dreamy Christmas. This is featuring Impression Obsession dies. Let's pull that out.
What is that? Ooh, that's this, huh?
Yeah, that's that. So hang on, I'm going to rehook up my phone. But you will need like a paper trimmer. You'll need adhesive. I have both my micro dot adhesive, plus I have my glue press. I have a scissors. I have my paper trimmer behind me. I have my big tape guns, and I have some foam tape too. And a tweezers is probably helpful. Okay, so Creamy Dreamy. When this one started, I had made one card, and I don't even have my samples here. Hang on a second. Where did I put my samples? Well, okay, I might just be making my cards with you. Because I cannot find my samples at the moment. But anyway, that's okay. That's okay. Let's just start with the poinsettia, because that's probably the easiest one. So we're going to open up poinsettia.
I maybe gave them away in the stash.
No, I don't think I gave them away. I just forgot to pull them. I think they got put up away with all the extra pieces and parts. Mm-hmm. So speaking of extra pieces and parts, if you are missing anything and you're watching this live, then you can post here and my mom will write it down. If you are watching this in the replay, then you are going to want to email me if you're missing anything, because I don't go back and watch the replays.
Where are the items still under? I'm having trouble reading this because it's
Okay.
still under sale for the Z Fold.
So for the flash sale items, you're going to go on the sale page, and then in the top box that has flash sale items, and the Z Folds should be there. If they're not there, I'll get them posted on there later, but they should be there. Anyways, okay, my mom's looking. You did have some extra gems in here for the snowflake card, just because we already had that kit already taped shut. So we put these extra gems are for the snowflake card. So first of all, let's just go to attaching a text insert on the inside of a card. I like to, if I'm using my 1/2-inch tape gun, I like to put tape right over the top of my score, and don't extend it all the way to the top and the bottom, because the text insert does not go all the way to the top and the bottom. So if you put tape all the way to the top and the bottom, you'll tape your card shut. But if you have a 1/2-inch tape gun, put it right over the top of the score. If you have a 1/4-inch tape gun, put a little bit on both sides of the score. So often when we were traveling, I saw people like put tape all the way on the inside, and then it would buckle right here. So I like to put just tape on my score, hold it at an angle, and then take our folded text insert and put it right into that score. I don't do it when it's flat, because if you put it over the top of the score, it'll buckle. So do it while you're holding it at a 90-degree angle. Put it right in there, and then just fold it nice and flat. That connects it both to the front and the back. Now some people do just prefer to put it to the back, and when we do our acetate cards, we do just put it to the back. But I prefer it to the front and the back, but it's your card. You do whatever you want to do. Now this is probably the easiest one. So we're going to attach our Poison Ivory stock to our gold mirror card, and then we're going to wrap our ribbon around it. Now a few people have different ribbon, because I ran out of this ribbon, so I think the people that have different ribbon, we gave you 2 ribbon choices just because we felt bad that we didn't have the exact same ribbon. So we had it for most of them, but then we ran out. So I'm just using adhesive, and I am attaching that to my gold mirror card. Now when some people like to do die cuts out of the gold mirror card out of the middle, perfectly acceptable, because that's like, seems like a lot of waste, but like you could die cut poinsettias out of the middle of that. I like to line up 3 sides with an equal border on 3 sides, so then I know that I'm going to have it fairly straight or fairly even. Or before you actually place it down, turn it over and just look at your borders before you attach it, because then you have an idea of how wide those borders should be. And I do like to use a lot of narrow borders, so if they're ever too narrow for your eyes, you could always, trim 2 sides a little bit to give yourself a bigger border. That's always acceptable because it's your card. Now we're going to wrap our tape or our ribbon around there. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back. Oops. So depending on where forget it. Hang on, I got to put the gold on there first. And I just put tape on the back, so I am going to very gently put adhesive on the back of my gold Miri Sparkle. I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to put my ribbon on. So no, I'm just holding it on one side, because remember I put adhesive on the back because I was 1 step ahead of where we should be. Now, a few people asked me about Christmas card kits, because I normally do Christmas card kits with the pieces pre-cut. I just hadn't gotten to that this year, but I did want to take at least 2 cards out of this class and make them into Christmas card kits. It's just, it won't be for a couple weeks. So
What color is the brown?
the brown is the bronze Star Dream metallic.
Okay, and do you still have ribbon on sale?
I do have ribbon. I don't know that I have this ribbon, but I am going to have ribbon during the comment sold sale. So I put adhesive on the back. I'm going to wrap my ribbon, pull it nice and tight, wrap it around the other side. And then if you want to put a little bit of adhesive over the top of your ribbon, I like to do that. Can't hurt, right? Now we're going to attach that to the card front. And again, I'm going to look at my borders on here, which they're pretty narrow. I also don't like putting it on a folded card, but I already have my text insert on the inside. Sometimes I will open my card up. Okay, so there we go. I might have to have my mom run up and get me another bottle of water. You can keep answering. Wow, I'm parched.
Sandra Unruth, did you find the sale items? I posted a link.
Okay, so sometimes when you have the Miri lavas or the metallics, it seems like you have little like stringy things, and that's just there's coatings like on the Miri lava. There's like a coating over the top of that paper. That's why you end up with that.
Oh, Bernice Rogers ordered the glue press yesterday. Yay.
So for these, for the poinsettias, now they do have the like embossing or the debossing on there. So to die cut those, we did stick a piece of text weight paper underneath because that pushed, or even a post-it note. So when we ran it through, we had the paper was down, the die was on top of it, but we had a piece of text weight paper underneath it, which kind of pushed the die up, or the paper up into the die more, which let it emboss like the leaves. So that's how we got the leaves to have the veins in them and stuff. But we did put an extra piece of text paper, a thicker text paper or post-it notes behind it. So when it cut, it pushed the paper up into the die a little bit more. So that's how we did get that. I'm going to use foam tape for my piece on earth.
Want me to go get some water?
Sure.
All right.
Yesterday she went and got me some water, and then I didn't drink it. But now I did drink it all day long. I think she needed to stretch a little bit. And this one's a pretty easy one, so we're just going to put the piece on earth there anywhere you want. But I did make sure to put some foam tape up at the top and the bottom so it attached above and below the ribbon. Otherwise it's just kind of hanging there on the ribbon. Okay, now for building our poinsettias. Now you can pop between layers if you want. You can just pop the bottom layer. You can just lay the bottom layer on there and pop the top layers. Or if you just want to glue all of them instead of use any foam tape, you can do that. So we can set up our poinsettias first, like off to the side. So we have our big poinsettia, then we have our gold linen. Yeah, because this one has four layers on it. Then we have that one.
This is the last bottle of water.
Oh no, there's 2 cases
underneath the
cupboard.
Okay.
Yeah, I stocked up
I
for
should
the
put
warehouse
some in.
sale.
Okay. I'll be back.
Okay, this is the last cold one. So we'll get that one set up. The teeny tiny one, that one is just for right here, that you can either just attach or pop up. And then for this one has 3. And yes, totally up to you whether you want to just glue or pop up. I think I'm just going to glue because it has some dimension anyways, and then I'm going to just pop this one. So you can get out whatever glue you want. I've got my glue press. But yeah, feel free to pop them up, especially this big poinsettia. It's, you know, it's fairly decent size, so you can get a piece of foam tape behind it pretty easily. Or just pop up the top layer, you know, or lay all your middles flat and then take your leaves and after it's dry and just kind of give them some dimension. Not like it's going to stay that way in an envelope, but it's pretty to begin with. Might stay that way a little bit in an envelope. So this was 2 sets of poinsettias for Impression Obsession. There's a small and a large set of poinsettias. I think they both have 3. And then we did use the gems on there too. So this is the easiest one. I have a little stringy thing that I'm just going to take off. My mom stepped away for just a minute, although I think she's coming back. So she'll check comments in case you commented and we missed it.
Okay.
This one's a pretty easy one, so I don't know if there were any comments or not. Okay, well those are drying for just a little bit. I'm just going to get some foam tape on the back of this one, and I'm going to lay it flat where it intersects, and then maybe one of these other leaves, I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape behind one of the other leaves.
Okay, Sarah, now we want to talk about the glue press again.
Yeah, I am not normally a wet glue girl, but this makes it so much easier. So, okay, let's just talk. The tip on this is super small, and it sits on this little, there's a little nubby thing inside there, or a rubbery thing, that prevents it from clogging. If it clogs, she told me you just take and you pull that off and it pulls the clog out. But you can just put it on there, and then when you're not using it, there's a little, it's hard to see, this little metal tip thing that kind of goes right up into the glue press. It's a little pointy thing. I can't do it right now on camera, but yeah, so then you're just going to squeeze it gently, and you can do a really thin strip of glue. So love it as far as wet glue is concerned. It's a game changer for wet glue. I do not sell the glue press. This one was gifted to me actually by the owner of the company, Ileana, from My Sweet Petunia. So I feel very honored to have gotten that. And that was through my friend Barb. She had a retreat and Ileana was there. So yes. All right. So now we do have some gems if you want to use the gems. When I was teaching classes, I don't know, a few years ago. Oh, and when Creations Galore, which was Endless Creations before that. But anyways, everybody in the class used wet glue, and I just could not understand it. I was like, why would you use wet glue? So, but I can totally see wet glue for some of this. I can also see, I'm going to use my microdot adhesive tonight. You see me using my ATG, and then foam tape. So there's all different assortments of glue that you can be using, and it's okay to use all different assortments while you're making your cards. You don't have to stick to one type or the other. So there we, oh, but anyways, I was getting to, this is a bottle of glue that I have, and it's got a fairly narrow tip, but you know, not hugely narrow. But if you have bigger areas, you know, this one's great. But see, it gets all kind of gunky uppy in there. I've got like a big glue booger in there. So that doesn't happen with the glue press. Anyways, I'm going to walk away from this for now. I don't need to clean that out right now. So you're going to let it dry, and then you can form up your poinsettias if you would like to give it a little bit of dimension, especially if you're giving it to somebody as opposed to sending it through the mail. You can have it dimensional and it just looks super pretty. So we will go on to the snowflake card, because that one is also fairly easy. I think that one would make a good Christmas card kit too. And then we'll go on to the other two that are a little putzier. I didn't wait for mine to dry. I couldn't wait. So we have that one. Now let's go on to our snowflake card. Now, Creamy Dreamy. Let's talk about the class kit for this one. I did take it offline because I only had a few kits left. So it is not online right now. If you want the Creamy Dreamy kit, I think I have like 2 or 3 of them. You would need to email me. So thank you for loving the colors, Crystal. I was working with, you know, I had designed one of the cards, and then I was going to go ahead and do another one, and it was like the same color palette, and my mom's like, well, you should just call it Creamy Dreamy. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Are the card kits on the website?
Did
you answer that one already?
Yeah, not the Creamy Dreamy.
Okay.
So that one, because I only have, I don't even know how many I have, like 2 or 3 left. So that one I had taken offline because I do have all-in bundles left. But at this point, if you wanted a Creamy Dreamy, I could take it out of an all-in bundle. So I'm kind of watching orders as they come through for any class kits. So we have, now this one, there are 2 pieces of the same color metallic. One of them, and this is opal, one of them is for the inside. So rather than doing a text insert like we did on the last one, this one we're just putting a layering swatch on the inside. Both versions are acceptable, but it's nice when you have, you know, this one's not even that dark because we did have a text insert on our flash sale yesterday that was this color. But it just coordinates then with the outside of the card. So one of these actually goes inside the card as just a layer.
Okay, I think I'm all caught up on.
Okay, now this one, I don't have this embossing folder. When it was embossed, you just had to be careful not to emboss it too deep, otherwise you got a little bit of cracking. So, and we are going to attach the snowflake layer again to the gold mirror card layer. Yeah, in Creamy Dreamy, we used a lot of creams, tans, and golds, because that's the name of the game. Creamy Dreamy. I really had fun designing this one. This one came to me pretty easily. Once I decided I was going all Creamy Dreamy. And it kind of even looks nice if you do it debossed the backwards way. So again, it is a small border. If you like a bigger border, you can hack off 2 sides. Otherwise, it is a very small border. I see Becky's on. She's the class kit extraordinaire.
She sure is.
She's working on class kits right now. So
Becky,
now,
no bells.
Yeah. Now we're going to put the vellum on there, and this is the heavyweight vellum. We're just going to wrap it around one edge and then pull it nice and tight and wrap it around the other edge. And we can attach that with tape on the back and then attach it to the front of the card. I don't know if you all did your homework. I did not, so I am going to be weeding my snowflakes. Now the snowflake these two snowflakes are a set.
Did you answer that question? Does the vellum go on first?
Oh, the vellum goes on first before you put it on the card. These two layers go together first, and then the vellum goes on. So, and it just kind of attaches to the back, because I think there's still that problem with what you use to attach vellum to the front of a card. So this is my solution. You just attach it to the back. Or if you use foam tape or whatever, you can use a gem over the top of wherever you put the adhesive. So now you're going to put more adhesive on the back. But what I was saying was these two are part of one set, and there is a third one to that set. There might even be a fourth one. But anyways, that die was giving us fits. It was just absolutely not going to work. So we had to go to a different set to pull the smallest snowflake. Because Wendy was die cutting these and she just said, nope, it's not working. Nope.
It happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Yep. So now we are going to do our weeding and then attaching of our snowflakes.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I would like a creamy dreamy.
Creamy dreamy, yeah.
Laura.
So yeah, the Creamy Dreamy is not online because I have very minimal left and I didn't want to oversell them. So if you want one, you can email me and still see if I have any left by the time your email comes through. I wasn't sure how everybody would like Creamy Dreamy, but apparently you all do. Which, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, I need to get another drink of water. All right, so if your die cuts are ever not cut all the way, with the mirror card, you can, because it's got the layer of paper on the back, you can, you know, pull a little bit of that off and you're fine. But if it ever totally, like this one isn't totally cut through right here, but I can just pull that off and it's fine. But if ever you totally can't do it, just let us know and we'll. Brenda doesn't want winter to come.
Yeah.
So, well, Brenda, if you have a different one, you could put a different different saying on there. It's your card. I don't want snow to come either, but I do like the snow when it is pretty. Like when it first, I'd rather have a little bit of snow than bitter cold. And also when the snow is pretty, like when the first snow first falls and it's white outside. Oh, I love that. So now these, I am going to get my microdot adhesive out. And it's up to you whether you want to poke all of these out or not. I'm going to leave some of them in. And you can pop these up or not pop them up because they're going to have gems on them. I think you have even extra gems because I think you have some big gems and some little gems.
Is that gold mirror card or gold mirror paper?
The words, and back here was the card. This is the lava. So the snowflakes are with the lava. And it's the card. It's not the lightweight paper. Actually, I find that the mirror card, die cuts better than the mirrored paper, because we did have the mirrored paper and we still have the gold, because last year the gold mirror card was back ordered to us in like October, and we were just like, oh my gosh, we cannot go without gold mirror like through Christmas. Like that would just be not right. So we did order some of the paper in just so we had some type, because you could, still use that as a layer. We didn't want to totally be without. But then the mirror card came in faster than what they said, which was good. So we have some paper left because we didn't go through it all. So this is one that if you're doing it as Christmas cards, you'll want to die cut a whole bunch and then sit and relax in front of the TV or while you're chatting.
Any other mirror paper hanging around other than gold?
No. Of the lightweight paper, just the gold. The rest of the mirror paper we got rid of in the last few years. I think it was during the beginning of COVID we still had some left, but it went away. Yeah, we did have it for a while, Brenda. You probably got some. We'd had packs, during a comment sold or a flash sale or something where we had some mirror paper. I think it was our very first 2020 like flash sales. We had some of the mirror paper.
Sarah, the Snowflake Reverse SS die 080X and Tree die are not on the IO website.
They might be out of stock. The Snowflake Reverse die, that one is one that we pulled for the little snowflake. Remember how I was saying that this one had a smaller snowflake to this set, but it wouldn't die cut? So that reverse snowflake was only used to get a little snowflake out of it. So if you have any little snowflake, it could be used in place of that reverse snowflake die. The tree, I don't know if she's out of that one. I did notice that when I was looking it up the other day, or when I was doing the instructions. I did notice that that one wasn't on our website. And they do, like on my website, I just totally take things off because I don't know how to put that they're out of stock. So that could be the case with that one also. So now I'm going to do my microdot adhesive. Because on the Let It Snow.
Oh, we could get some of that mirror paper from Brenda Woods. She's got lots in her stash.
Oh, she doesn't want to use it though.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The snowflakes, I think I'm going to attach with some foam tape behind the middle, or at least.
No.
Is she telling us no for getting some of the?
Yeah, right. No, we can't get it.
So I'm going to put a foam tape right behind here. So yes, Brenda, you probably got that during our flash sales way in the beginning of COVID. So I'm going to stick this one up. Oops, my foam tape did not stick.
I bet we could have a bidding war. Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I can cut another piece of foam tape to go right in the middle of there. Yeah, I don't even think when we had it, the mirror paper, we had all of the colors. It was like purple, green, gold, silver, and like pink. I don't even think we had the red. You can stick those on wherever you want. I still have my Let It Snow. Now the one thing that I found probably a little bit difficult was how to center this. And again, I don't like to push down with my fingers. I will grab um, a piece of Post-it, and I have the Let It in here. Okay, so there's a use for everything. Micro dot adhesive, wet glue, the glue press, foam tape. Now this one, I had a piece of, this was a pop dot on a circle.
You need to buy the dies for the kit? The die cuts come with them?
With just this kit, the die cuts come with.
Okay.
But if we do a Christmas card kit, you will have the option of getting it as a paper only with the paper layers, or, and I don't like this pops it up too much, or you can get complete with the dies. So yeah, this will be one of the Christmas card kits that we'll do. Give me a week or so. Give me into late next week or the week after, and I'll get the Christmas card kits with the pre-cut layers. All right, then we have our, we had some gems. They fell off my little table.
Do you ever sleep
I do.
between 1 and 4?
No. Well, last week sleep was minimal. Normally I'll go to bed at 10 and I'll wake up at 4. But I like to have my coffee and sit there on my computer. So, all right. So we have our Let It Snow. We're all done with that one. Let's go on to the Joy Tree one, because we'll finish with the warmest winter wishes. So let's go on to the tree.
Oh, that's so pretty, Sarah.
This is the one that I think Ronna Lee was saying that she couldn't find the die. So this die, I think it's out of stock on Impression Obsession. All right, so this one has a text insert also, so let's attach our text insert. And again, if you're using a 1/4 inch tape, you can put a little bit on both sides. Remember not to go all the way to the top and the bottom, because you don't want to tape your card shut. Hold it at a 90-degree angle. Hold it at a 90-degree angle and just set it right in.
Bernice Rogers says she couldn't find the tree die last week either.
I don't so sometimes the die makers take like a few weeks to get them to you. Like last time I had to order dies, they took like almost 3 weeks. By the time production and shipping and all that. So anyways, this one, I had it just the white on there, and my mom and I were looking at it, we were kind of stumped. And then I don't think you were here when I put this layer behind it.
No, I
and
don't.
then all of a sudden it's like, that's what it needed.
Yep.
Was a layer behind the hill. So when we die cut these, I told them just to make sure that there was enough. They might not line up if you start at the edge. Yours you might have to put a little bit off. But I told them to make sure that there was enough room for you to cut on both ends. So you're going to line it up according to the hill. not, according to the shape, not necessarily to the ends, because we're going to end up snipping those off. Okay. And also, depending on how tall you want it, you might, if it's too tall, you might trim it off on the bottom. But I'm going to start out with just attaching my hills together, and you can put more of that gold seam behind it or less, totally up to you. But let's do that first.
Is this card in the flash sale for purchase?
No, it's not.
No.
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 No. So usually Christmas card kits are not in the flash sale. I'll probably, when I do finally unveil the Christmas card kits, which it's probably not going to be this one because I couldn't find the die online. It's going to be for sure the Let It Snow, probably the Poinsettia and the Warmest Wishes. And then I have a couple other ones too. But I'll do some type of special when we do that because they're not available for the sale. So now you're going to attach that onto your card, your layer, your poison ivory layer, and depending, you're going to then trim off the sides. So, and if you have it too tall, if you don't want it that tall, you could lower it, and trim some off the bottom, or you could trim off some off the bottom first. So I like my height, so I'm going to just match it right up to the bottom edge, but I want to make sure that I have enough on both sides that I can trim off the sides. I do have a couple Christmas card kits left from last year, though, that will be in the comments sold. If you like blue snow cards. That's all I'm going to say for now. Okay, so now we're going to trim off these sides. You can trim it with your paper trimmer or you can trim it with the scissors, whatever you feel comfortable with. Now if you can see, I did put my little shield back on my paper trimmer. So I won't cut myself. Sometimes I just usually prefer a scissors. This is fairly thick though, with 2 layers of cardstock because we had the white and the antique. So this trimmer is pretty sharp. So.
And the penguins? What in the...
Ooh, that one didn't cut very well.
Bernice Rogers, the penguins.
The penguins. Hang on, I'm going to get my scissors out. And the penguins. Oh, you want a penguin? I did use penguins last year. I don't have a Christmas card kit with the penguins, but I did use some penguins. Maybe I can pull the penguins out. They were pretty darn cute, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
So, and I actually wanted to make a Christmas card kit with stamping instead of just dies. So yeah, let me check with Mitra and find out if she has that, the penguin set yet. So anyways, okay, so now I'm going to attach the hill layer onto the gold mirror card. We used a lot of gold mirror card in this class, and then onto the front of the antique card base. Now, I can tell you that Friday's flash sale will be some sparkly things and may involve the gold mirror paper, not the cardstock. So join me on Friday for flash sale. Especially when you're doing layers that are big like this, you might want to use the gold mirror paper.
She has that big penguin, but that's, I'm not seeing.
Yeah, there was a penguin clear set.
Clear set, clear stamps.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember what they were called. Just look up the word.
Penguins. I did look up the word penguin skating.
No,
Penguin gift box.
I was going to say, just look up the word chill.
Chill. All
Because
right.
there's a word stamp on that set that says just chillin'. Sometimes when you're searching a website, mostly mine, the less you use in the search box, the better. So
Oh, there it is.
So like,
just chillin'. $16. They can use their code to get that, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So now for punching this out, you can punch the whole thing out or you don't have to, but I did take these little like star ones and I did take them out and I saved them because then I turned them around and I put them back in. So save these if you want to, because then I turned them around and put them back in as white. And how I did that was I put foam tape over those holes and then just attached them back into the hole. So, but I'm going to weed out the rest of it, and I'm not going to lose my little stars right there. And I'm also going to weed out the word joy. Yeah, our website, like if you're looking for a certain color of paper, like somebody earlier today was looking for quartz Star Dream metallic. So she typed in quartz Star Dream metallic. Well, you would think it would come up. But no, my website's a little difficult because the word Star Dream has quotes around it. It would not find it that way. So I told her just type in the word quartz, and then voila, it showed up. So
Oh, nice.
sometimes just typing, not typing as much detail works better. Especially on my site. That is a little bit difficult because it's a little bit old. It's a lot of bit old. Not saying that old things aren't good. My mom's not even listening to me.
No. I heard that.
She totally was like, she
had to talk really loud to get my attention.
She was selective here. No, she's concentrating on typing stuff, but she was totally ignoring me. That was pretty funny.
Sure.
Okay, so you can weed this one out as much as you want. She's typing. She's typing. She's linking you to stuff. No, so you might not be able to click on her links, Mom, because they need to be on the link.
I know. That's what I'm telling them.
Yeah.
Be sure
so
to.
if they click on your link, they won't get the
But they
code.
can at least see what it looks like.
Yeah, that you can see what it looks like. You
And
can
they
pull
get
the
the
number
number.
off
Yeah.
and search it. But you have to get the discount on the Impression Obsession website, you have to be on the special link that I posted like as one of the first couple comments. I'm also going to do an email to all my class people with that link. So now, to attach my things back in, I like to put foam tape over the top of them. But you don't want to foam tape over some of this other stuff. So it's really tricky foam taping this one. And it would have been better not to take everything out of here. But I'm just going to foam tape over my snowflakes, and I'm going to try not to foam tape over anything else. So I'm going to strategically foam tape.
Hey, that hill looks really nice. We remember when we were trying to figure out how to do that hill, Sarah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, that gold looks so nice. I like it.
Yeah, sometimes I struggle with my designs, figuring out, because I don't
Then
want
she calls on the old person.
I don't want to disappoint. So I'm like, how does this look?
I was wondering where the white stars came from.
Yep, they came from, we popped them out and see they're gold on one side
Oh, yeah.
and then they're white on the other.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why on here I'm only putting foam tape over those stars. And then I'm going to put some in some other spots too, but then I am just going to put my little stars back through there.
Nice.
So this one's a little putsy. That's okay, because there's some of you that probably are working on your Christmas cards already. I am not, because I don't usually get Christmas cards done. I mean, I do. I could send different Christmas cards. I do Christmas cards for my people, my employees. Becky and Brian get Christmas cards. I make them special Christmas cards.
Oh, that's nice.
Not even ones that I showed in class, because sometimes they're on here watching, so they don't see their Christmas cards until they get them.
Very clever.
Yeah. I should actually post them on Facebook, but usually I'm making them last minute and I forget to take a picture of them. Imagine that.
Do they both get the same card?
Nope, they both get different cards.
Oh my gosh, Sarah.
Yeah.
How nice is that? And it's a one of a kind, right?
One of a kind, yep. It's not a class card. It's not a anything card. I mean, it is a card. It's for them.
It's a special card.
It's a special card.
Limited edition.
Limited edition, yes, that is correct.
And I'll bet it won't be the bell either.
No, it won't be the bell.
Oh,
My mom pulled the die out and said, well, you should use this one. Well, no, because I told Becky I would never torture her with that die ever again.
Well, you also die cut 3 or 4 different papers out of that die, didn't you?
Yeah, that's how it made it pretty.
Yeah. I want to see that.
You want to see what?
That die. I mean, I want to see that card.
That card? I might have it.
All those papers.
Okay, so now I'm going to attach that.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to take a count at 6:15 and 6:30, so I don't know how many I had.
That's okay.
Okay. No harm, no foul.
No. Okay, now, Sarah, maybe I should get out my little pokey tool to try and take my stuff off. I've seen people do this in in-person classes. There we go. We're getting there. This is the putziest part of this card. Oops, I poked myself with the pokey tool.
Oops.
Okay, almost done. Yeah, I don't know if I ever showed the bell card last year. I think I just did it for one in-person class and I needed like 20 some kits and Becky was just like, oh.
No, not doing that again. Yike. But Becky was very kind and she said she would do it for me.
I know, I told my mom, take the bell out by Becky and ask her if she'll die cut you some for some special cards, and Becky was very gracious and said, yes, I will, even though she was probably not thinking that. Okay, so we're going to put our tree on there, and then we are going to take our snowflake shapes and we're going to stick them back upside down, and that's what gets our white. See how we did that?
Wow. Nice.
Now, if you happen to lose any, you could have put, which I might have lost one. You can put glitter over the top of them, or you could have put white behind them. Oh no, I have them all there. Now I am just going to put my joy on here, and then we are done with that one.
Oh, that card is just smashing.
Now I don't like to use a lot of glue on mirror card, just because I worry about getting it on the front of the mirror card. Sometimes when you get glue on the front of mirror card, it's like the kiss of, you're not going to get it off. So very carefully put your joy on there. If you used glue, just use a tiny bit of glue because you don't want it to go out. And then also you want to take a piece of Post-it note or whatever to give it a little push down. So there we go, done with the tree card. And we are on to our last card, which is our warm winter wishes.
Creamy, dreamy, warm winter.
Creamy, dreamy.
Yeah.
So I have 4 Christmas cards done for this year. Actually, Josh will probably come and get them.
Oh, but he won't send them for Christmas.
Sometimes he will. Actually, Leah comes and gets Christmas cards too for her team.
Yes.
All right. So for this one, first we need to weed out, and then we need to trim our circle. And it's totally up to you if you want to pop things up, because I think I think I popped this up on there, and since I can't find my sample, I am not totally 100% sure. But if you just want to attach, you can attach. If you want to pop, you can pop, but you do need, if you're gonna pop, you need thinner foam tape, so cut it thin. This one has some small lines in it, or some, narrow lines. So you're going to want to be very careful when you're weeding it out. I've had this die for a while, and I was like, I'm going to use that die.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I popped all those out of this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did die cut in a whole bunch of different papers before I got the Creamy Dreamy. This was the start of the Creamy Dreamy class.
Yes.
But yeah, the Santa sleigh, ooh, very narrow lines going on here. Mitra does a really good job at designing her dies. While I'm weeding, I am going to weed these. Now, I just want to talk about this really quick. The card is quartz. On the instructions, it also says opal, because I was having a brain fart and I thought I used opal. And so some kits do have opal, because we ran out of kits and then we had to make some more up. So some kits have opal, some kits have quartz for the warmest wishes. The card base is quartz in all of them, but if you're, and I think mine is, but they're just off by a hair. So you might not even notice unless you look at them really close. The opal is just a little tiny bit creamier than the quartz. So do I have, Brenda, these are not on my website, but if you email me, depending on if anybody emailed me already, I had a few kits left, And I didn't put them online because they would sell out too fast, and my website does not stop inventory once it's sold out. So you can go ahead and email me, Brenda, and I may have one left or not. So it just depends if other people emailed me ahead of you. All right. But in about 2 weeks, I will have a few of these cards as Christmas card kits where you can get them as a 25 count kit of pre-cut layers. Now the die cutting would be done for you. You could order the kit with or without the dies, in case you already have the dies. But the bigger layers, like all of these layers, would be cut for you. Or the circle, that we would die cut out for you. But like the warmest wishes and this one we would not die cut for you.
Bernice Roger said she emailed you.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know how many I had. They're in a box sitting about 10 feet from me, but I'm just not sure. And there might be one because there's an extra box with pieces and parts.
Oh, yeah.
So there might be one up there too. Remember, when you're with the mirror card, you get some of those straggly stringies. Just kind of find that and pull it off. That's totally caused because of the mirror card it's like kind of like a plastic layer over the top of cardstock.
Love these card colors and design. Yeah.
So it's a lot of gold. I like it too. I actually work better with this color palette than I do like red and green for Christmas.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. And all the cards we designed at Fed Specialties, they were always creamy, dreamy.
Mm-hmm. Although I do have a really pretty... So, for our... we have our Crafters Classroom up for October. There will be a Fun Time Thursday in October, too.
October.
Sorry, I don't know what made me say that like that. But anyways, that one I do not have posted, but it is going to be Christmas cards. And one of them will be the tree frame Christmas card that I showed, which is kind of creamy white and gold. And then I do have a big snowflake one with a red background that's super pretty. It's out in the shop. Becky's actually die cutting it right now. So I will probably post that with minimal samples, and it'll be 4 Christmas cards. But I just didn't get a chance to yet. Okay, so now we are going to, we can layer all 3 of these pieces together, and we can put them on the front of the card. So let's go ahead and do that, because we'll get that taping out of the way. This lighter layer, this is the same as the bronze metallic that we used in the beginning on the poinsettia card. But this is the 65-pound bronze Star Dream metallic. This will be in a flash sale. And I think it's going to be in tomorrow's flash sale, which is, so it works good for a layer. It doesn't work as good for die cutting, but it works really good for a layer. Tomorrow's flash sale, I think, is going to be more kind of odds and ends. So.
Oh, Kathleen Ressler-Moore loves the blue and silver. I do too. And silver bells.
Silver bells.
Becky.
Yeah, we will not get Becky to do the bells. But no. I usually do some type of blue and silver card. Usually it has to do with snowflakes, but not always. But I have a couple people that really do like the blue and the silver. So there's some people that just don't do red and green, and they don't do gold, and there's one gal, Patricia, that's local to me, and she would always buy the blue card. Now last year she didn't, so. And then this is the
Patricia.
the gold pearl linen. And then when we did one show, there was somebody that always bought like 8 kits. And I can't remember why she needed like 200 of them, but she always bought the blue kit too. So it kind of skewed the blue kit as being more popular than it really was because she bought so many of them. Okay, so we have the layers. Now, this, you can pop that up or you can attach it flat. If you attach it flat, then you'll pop up, the whole thing. And if you are ambitious and want to put foam tape all the way around there, you can pop it up onto here. So, which is what I did when I did my original sample. But if you just we need to trim that, okay? I do not want to trim it, too much. So maybe I want to take a pencil. I don't know if I have a pencil. So I'm going to just be very careful, hold it in place maybe with a piece of removable tape, and then I'm going to take it to my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim it.
I have a pencil, but it's not very sharp.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm just going to hold it in place. Or you can trim it after. Totally what you are comfortable with. I'm just going to kind of set that on there, and then I'm going to bring my paper trimmer over and I'm going to trim it. You can totally attach it onto there and then trim it. I'm just holding it with removable tape. But you do need to trim your circle, but when you're trimming, do not trim your die cut at all. Okay. And you do have another piece too. Can't remember if it fits on either or. Yeah, it looks like it does. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to putz away with my foam tape. And I'm going to pop it up. It's up to you. If you don't want to putz away with your foam tape, you don't have to. But I did put some foam tape around the half circle. And then not all the way around, like I didn't connect it. And then I did put some on the trees and on the Santa, because that'll keep it popped up in the middle. Or on the reindeer. So if you are done putzing, you can always attach your warmest wishes. Now, I do like to double my words, but if you are good and you don't want to double your words, you'll just have an extra set of words, and that's perfectly fine too. Or you can even try putting your the lighter color words on instead of the gold mirror color words.
Oh, that must be some of that good tape. I saw you tear it.
This is the good tape. This is the
You need to cut
good 3M tape.
like 3 of them and glue them together instead of foam tape.
What are you talking about? What?
3 of those shapes, maybe. That's what somebody said. Who said that? Connie Hart. You need to cut like 3 of them and glue them together instead of foam tape.
Oh,
stack them.
To stack them
Yes.
instead of foam tape it. Yes, I understand what you're saying. But my gals that did the die cutting for me, Wendy die cut this one, she might have really not liked me if I would have told her that each person would have needed 3. So
Okay.
So yes, that is a good idea, and if I was doing it personally, that would probably be the best way to go, because then you don't have to do all the foam tape. So, but in a class situation with people that are die cutting for you, you don't want to torture them too much.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a minute. Makes it dimensional. Yeah, it does.
So, I'm almost done foam taping. But yes, that would have been a very good way to stack them on top of each other. Kind of the same way that I do with the words. Yes. That would have been good. Or you could just say nuts to the foam tape and just attach them flat too. That's another option. But yeah, putting the foam tape on and then taking all of the little backings off can be a tedious thing. So this is not a Christmas card that you're working on Christmas Eve to get them out the day after Christmas. Or maybe you're working on them on Christmas Eve to get them out next year.
Yes.
It doesn't say Christmas. You could say warmest wishes. It could be a New Year's card. Although it's got Santa in the sleigh. Okay.
So for those people that came in late, Sarah, do you want to reiterate what's going on and how they can get their name in a drawing for Sue's Stash?
Sure. So, well, first of all, if you order, like the flash sales we have every night, so during our flash sale nights, for anybody that orders $25 of flash sale items, they're going to first of all get a little make and take card. And tonight's make and take card is a front stair step card. And when I say it's a make and take card, it's one that we did in our warehouse for our in-person make and takes. So some of the stamping may not be done, although the card layers are pretty much cut. But you might have to use your own stamps. Also, you get in a drawing for our cookbook that has the pepperoni bread recipe in it. And then if you order 5 of the 6 times, so we have 5 flash sales plus we have comments sold. If you order 5 of those 6 events, then your name gets in a drawing for something from Sue's Stash. Last year, everybody that ordered got something from Sue's Stash, but Sue has de-stashed some of her stash, and she doesn't have enough, but she has a lot of nice things that we will be doing drawings for. So, anyways, that's how that's going to work. Some little extra stuff, some little extra fun for the week, so it's not just use the sale code, buy the stuff. We have a whole week's worth of fun for you. So, anyways, I attached that on. I put tape on the back, and then I'm attaching it to the card front. I'm going to just push it down, and then I'm going to connect my words together. Now you may like it with the cream on the top. I am going to stack my gold on my cream, and I'm going to do that with my microdot adhesive. Then I'm going to attach it to my card. The last thing I'm going to do is I have this acrylic paint and a toothpick, and I'm going to make some little snow. So it's up to you whether you want to do the snow part or not. So first I'm going to connect my words, stack them. Okay.
Did I miss the name of the IO die?
Of which IO die?
Probably that one that you're working with right now.
It's on the instructions. Hang on. The warmest wishes.
Let's see who said that.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Stephanie Krantz.
I'm not sure if she's which IO die she's talking about, but this one is called Warmest Wishes, And this one is called Sleigh. The one that might be missing is the tree one that's missing in action. It's not on her website. So we're not sure if it's out of stock or why it's missing. So that's in the directions. I think there's the die numbers for everything except for the tree die. Yeah, the tree die does not have the tree die doesn't have
A number?
a number on the instruction sheet. Oh, I forgot to give you the instruction sheet, Mom.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm so lost. More lost than usual.
You need to let me know that I forgot to give you instructions at all.
No, that's okay.
So sometimes I do offset my words so I can see the little bit of white behind, which is what I did here. Okay, now I am going to attach it to the card front. Now that I have a little bit more firmness on there, I'm going to try my glue press and see how that works in comparison. Because now it's 2 layers of paper. And again, I don't like using a lot of glue, so I tend to do just little drops of glue here and there instead of solid lines of glue. Because I think less is best as far as when you're doing gluing. Okay, so I have that one done. Wet glue does stick pretty good. When we were having our, when we were testing, and this was a while ago on a Thursday night, we were testing different glues with like the glitter paper. And I must say that the wet glue is what stuck to the glitter paper the best. Okay, so now we do want to start all the way over at one edge to fit them both on there. And I like to use my Post-it note to push down so I don't get glue anywhere. Like if I have it on my fingers, I don't get it on the top of my mirror card. This is where tweezers does come in fairly handy. Okay, so I've got my words. And then all I'm going to do is my if you want to dot it, now you don't have to dot it. I don't have my sample, but on your picture you do have that. So this is totally up to you if you want to dot. If you don't feel comfortable, I would skip it. I'm just taking some of my glue. You might be able to use a re-inker and probably a smaller toothpick that you haven't deconstructed, because this was, I don't know where I got these, but I like took it apart to make it a single. And I'm just going to dip it in. You can always test it on, you know, a different piece of paper, but just kind of random. And I don't do random really well, but snow is very random. So you don't want your snowflakes too uniform. You can put them next to each other. You can have bigger ones, you can have smaller ones. They can go on your trees, they can go in this background, they can go on the back of the card, which is, I did that. Now we could have splattered, but I wanted it a little bit more controlled. So totally up to you how much you want to futz with the snow. I do like doing it with like a little toothpick though. I did take that and I dotted my eye too.
Somebody that's OCD like me, can you imagine?
My mom would probably be counting her snowflakes. She'd probably be like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
You're right.
I know I am.
God. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do random very well, but you don't want to watch my mom do random on here because that would not be pretty.
Oh.
Random is hard.
You think?
I do think.
So one time a guest in the bed and breakfast came down and I was doing I was multitasking, ironing sheets and folding clothes. And this guest of mine in the inn said, "Are you this obsessive compulsive about everything?" And I said, "Well, I hadn't thought about that before. I guess I am."
That's pretty ballsy.
Yeah. I said, "Well, what do you like about this inn?" And she said, "Well, everything's in its place and it's nice and neat." And I said, "Well, yeah,
there
it
you
takes
go.
an OCD person to do that. Plus a daughter that helped me a lot."
Yeah. Okay, so then just stop at some point. Or keep going. Okay, so there. It's going to take a bit to dry, but yes, I had way too much glue. But anyways, that is our creamy, dreamy Christmas cards. Let me get all 4 cards out here really quick. Those were fun, even though it was like no stamping, because we're going to have plenty of stamping on Thursday. But those were some fun cards. And now you have 4 Christmas cards done. So thank you for joining me, guys. We will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock for our Wednesday Hump Day Flash Sale. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.